Hello, and welcome to my review of Bloodhoney, Cyberfrog Bloodhoney. Now, I've already reviewed Wrecked Planet. I missed out on this campaign. I was just getting into CG just as this finished, I think. Or I wasn't ready to spend a lot of money. I think I was skint. Yeah, I was really skint at that time. I never had enough money to buy anything, never mind buying comic books from America and the shipping being just as much as a comic book. But I bought this one first and I really liked it. There's a review on my channel, but then recently I got this and I really liked it. I liked it more than Wrecked Planet, a lot more than Wrecked Planet, and it really elevated Wrecked Planet for me. I liked Wrecked Planet. I love the artwork. My critique for Wrecked Planet, one of the critiques was not enough happens in it for me. And when you put these two together, it fixes it. Now, I'll come back to that later, but let's have a look at this book. Cover looks awesome. Another shiny cover. These covers smell great. If you're like, autistic adjacent like me, you like the smells of stuff like this when it's a strong smell. I can't believe I'm not autistic. I mean, I'm fucking like everything taste wise that I like, it has to be intense. Smells, I love, and I'm very affected by smells. Some smells can just instantly give me a headache and make me feel ill. Other smells, like strong things like this, these covers, really love them. But that's just me. Also, very sensitive to light, very sensitive to hearing, and my taste. Like, my taste buds are salt, sour, spicy. Oh well. Anybody knows anything about autism or anything, let me know. I really enjoyed this book. For me, the artwork is superior in this book. I know Ethan will say this is his best work, this Wrecked Planet. But for me, there's loads of detail. Just look at this. There's loads of detail in this book, but there's enough room to breathe as well. One of my critiques on this was there's not enough room to breathe. Now, I get it. I think that was the point. They're trapped in a forest. There's nowhere for them to go. There's trees all around them. They never really get time to breathe, So it has to be quite claustrophobic. Or it's supposed to be claustrophobic. But with this one, you get a little bit less detail. And it's just as good, if not better. I enjoyed it more as a reading experience. Now let's take a look at my notes. Now, I mean, just look at this artwork. Just fucking look at this for a minute. This is absolutely beautiful. Colours are good. I don't like modern colours as much at all. But I mean, look at this. Fuck me. Look at this. That guy for YouTube? Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Oh, would you have a look at that? Would you just have a look at that? Look at that. Fucking hell, when I turned that page, I was like, fuck that, man, what the fuck is that? This is still great artwork, but it's like, in Wrecked Planet, fucking Ethan would have drawn every blade of grass and every little fucking rivet and screw in this machine. But which isn't a bad thing. It's just I like a little bit. I'd like more Cyberfrog, tiny little bit less detail, because this is still epic artwork by a fucking genius. Ethan's storytelling is great. It's not just his artwork though. It's his storytelling. It's these panels that he picks, the moments that he picks. It's just, I'm making my own comic book just now, and I didn't fucking realise how hard it was from writing the story, which I kind of I wrote a full kind of breakdown plot part of the story, scene by scene, stuff like that, but then I just kind of scrapped that because I found it so fucking hard to pick the scenes for each fucking page, for each panel. So then I swapped over to almost like the Marvel method for a solo artist writer, where you're kind of, the stories dictating the panels, but the panels are also dictating the stories. And but with Ethan, he's just like, you look back at the 90s stuff we did with Cyberfrog, and it's just fucking straight off the bat, he's fucking storytelling's amazing. And that's fucking one of the hardest fucking things, is to be able to convey what you've written into pictures and being able to pick and see it in your mind. I always thought I could see things in my mind like fucking brilliantly. I've been drawing all my life. I'm an artist. I'm a writer. I'm a musician. But then you got to make a comic book, and you're like fucking drawing a thing like and you're like, that's fucking shite. Oh, it's hard. So the artwork in this is great. The colours are good, and it doesn't have to be as detailed as the Wrecked Planet. The story's good. A lot happens. A lot happens in this book compared to this book. I feel like not enough happens in this book. You put the two together, like I said, and it does combine them. It makes it both of them, like, it makes this one better because this one, it's a whole story. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't think comics don't have to be like movies, though. That's the thing. Like, comics are different from movies and TV shows, and well, maybe a bit similar to TV shows, but they're different from movies, where you can put a lot of the plot into one comic book. A lot of shit can happen on one page, and then the next page is a totally fucking different scene. So for me, I was kind of disappointed by the time I got to the end, and the plot hadn't progressed. Cyberfrog's back, and then at the end something happens. Whereas this one, obviously it's the first one, it's telling you the story. I mean, look at that artwork there. And you're really like, you're getting a lot more things happening, Bill Clinton there. And I just look at the layouts, different, every page, different, look at that, that's fucking awesome. That's enough detail for me. It doesn't have to be more detail than that for me. This and Wreck Planet would have been like, so, like 10 times more detail than this. That's fine, I like this. The only bad point, like, I love this book. The only bad point I would say about it, the only nitpick I would have for it, would be it feels like the whole thing is a catch up for some reason. It's like it's already happened. This has already happened, and this is the present, which feels weird. If you just read this book, I think that would have felt weird. Like, it feels like 2 months ago all this stuff happened. Well, obviously it's years actually, it's past, but like 2 weeks earlier all this stuff happened. It's like in past tense. That's my only criticism of it. The rest of it I fucking absolutely love. And Ethan, I like it more than Wrecked Planet. You don't have, like, I think different people have different tastes, so you know, sometimes less is more. Sometimes your best work as an artist drawing doesn't like help the overall story and timing, you know, like get 2 Cyberfrog books out in the time you could do Right Planet. Well, it sounds dead negative and stuff. I really enjoyed Right Planet as well. You know, Ethan's great at fucking at art, but I mean, just everything's reflected. Everything. It's just like every kind of thing you could think of. Like, don't leave it out. Draw it. You know, which is fucking obsessive and great. Love. I like Rick Planet. I prefer Bloodhoney. If Cyberfrog 3, what's it called? Red Harvest? Red. I can't remember. Cyberfrog 3, which I've backed, could be a little bit more like Bloodhoney. And I was saying in my review about Godlike, it's John's work. You can, it's so detailed, but there's a lot of room to breathe in it. It's just different stories, different artists, but and it's just my fucking opinion. Who am I but a retarded Scottish guy who is trying to fucking learn to draw, who could draw, but then when he tried to draw a comic book realised he couldn't draw. Thank you for listening. Bit of a weird ending, but I can't think of anything else to say, so subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 100 by Christmas, please. Please, I beg of thee. If I get more money, well, I mean, if I get any money on YouTube, then I'll be able to buy more comics and then review them. So I'll leave it there. And I'll say haste you back and cheerio.